Brandon and I are both from Cincinnati, but 5 years ago, when we got married, we decided to move here to Whitestown. We were looking for a church to be a part of. We visited a couple other places, and then we very quickly found New Hope. And since then, we have not looked back. We are also very huge dog people. Anybody you ask would know. We have two adorable golden retrievers who are our whole world right now.
As all the young married couples in the room know just how crazy the housing market has been. We originally moved to Whitestown, lived there for about a year or so, purchased a home down in Brownsburg, and then recently have just bought a house back here in Whitestown.
The last 2 years together, though, they've been great. However, they have been spent waiting for the blessing of a child to add to our family. Our family has remained just Brandon and I for much longer than we anticipated. We have been excited, discouraged, devastated, faithful, hopeful, and anything else you could think of, willing to ride the road up and down the mountain, as we discovered that our journey would not be an easy one. It's been the kind of waiting that can too easily suck the joy out of your life. I have had so many tests, been told multiple times I had nothing wrong with me, was passed from doctor to doctor, poked, prodded, and just recently had surgery. We can't go through all of that though and not ask God the question, why? Why has He not yet blessed us with the one thing we desire so greatly? Up until this point, my life, things have gone according to what I thought was my plan. Graduate high school, graduate college, get a job, get married, buy a house. I've been spoiled and undeniably blessed to find myself where I am. But every day, there's that small voice that starts at the back of my head and eventually finds its way wrapped around every moment of my day, saying that I am not good enough because I am not a mother yet. The gift of joy is a strange thing. There are so many days as we wait for His timing that I'm capable of feeling absolute sorrow. But unlike happiness, joy is right there alongside the sorrow too. I think for a long time, I would let the weight of my sorrow completely overtake me. I felt like I was drowning in hopelessness some days. But by God's grace, this season has taught me that I don't have ultimate control of everything in my life, nor will I ever. That's when my faith really began to blossom. I felt a joy so deep within my soul that it's hard to describe, and it's also very hard to squash. It's as if this entire time I've thought of joy and sorrow as oil and vinegar, when in reality they coexist a lot better than that. The consistent testing and shaking of my faith allows them to mix and exist together, not as separate entities, but as one.
These past 5 years of waiting have sometimes felt like time that we won't ever be able to get back. Waiting for the Lord to hear our prayers and do something has been heart-wrenching. But we have this joy in our lives that keeps us from becoming bitter or angry with God. We could have closed ourselves off from ourselves or from others, or even from God Himself. But the Holy Spirit has produced a joy in our hearts that has led us to open up and use this season for the better. We've been much more available to serve here at the church, and that's one of those things that does bring us joy. So I'm able to help lead the safety team, and Hannah's able to volunteer back in the nursery to rock all those cute little babies. But the one other exciting way that we've chosen to serve and live with this joy is to become host parents through Safe Families. And we're excited to see where the Lord leads us, and we're excited to finally get to use our home to give these kids that need love so much that place to be. So ultimately, that is what is going to bring us this great joy.
One aspect of waiting that has been really, really hard for us in our journey with infertility is when our friends in similar stages of life are beginning their families. Jealousy starts to bubble up in my heart and Brandon's as well, because we want that so badly for ourselves. But truly, by God's grace, have I been able to find so much joy for others. Knowing many of their journeys were difficult as well, because of losses, complications, and so many other things. Seeing them now on the other side gives us great joy. My journey finally has led to some answers about my health, and as we continue to wait, we still haven't reached our destination of becoming parents, but we've learned so much about our faith as individuals and as a couple. We truly believe one day, just as Jesus was born after so much waiting, we'll finish this journey. Until then, we have joy in the waiting.